5 minutes are on the clock, and we are talking about, well, Legend of Zelda. Because what I just realized is, wow, that fan just kicked on as I pressed the button. Oh, come on, microphone, do your thing, right? What I just realized as I sat down at the computer this evening after studying for 6 or 8 hours, I missed everything about the Nintendo Direct. I missed everything else, and really the only thing I got to see was tonight that there's 1 or 2 new Zelda games. The one that I'm excited for is Echoes of Wisdom. It's a completely different playstyle. It looks like it's going to be very kid-friendly, very creative. How do you explore this? How do you problem solve? How do you do things outside the normal hack and slash, right? So I'm very excited for how that works. So that's actually pretty cool. Today's been arduous, and not in a physical way, just mentally. I am spent, I am tired, I am exhausted. I don't even know. It's Tuesday? It's Tuesday. I'm exhausted. Because I've just been studying, and I realized tonight that I need to make a mind map, because the system that I'm studying is very close to the system I'm used to, but it's just off enough that I need to redraw the diagram to know where everything's flowing and where everything's going to happen and how everything's going to work, because that's the devil's in the details, especially on the way that these certifications and these tests work. And this is going to be towards my master's. So and it's not a lot of fun because I'm working from home, right? The kids think that I'm home so I can play with them, and they are waiting for me to play with them instead of understanding that I am still working from home. And that I'm working, and that I'm doing my education. I'm working very hard towards getting my education. But school's boring, and it only takes us 30 minutes to 2 hours, depending on what the subject is. So why is it taking you 6 hours? And I showed one of them, and it's they're just mind blown by just how much information I'm going through, because that's not what they do on a day-to-day basis, right? There's cognitive overload. I've talked about this when it comes to video games. If we do cognitive overload, then we're not able to process the information. Video games are very well designed at avoiding cognitive overload so that kids and people that are learning how to play them understand, right? So my favorite game, Titanfall 2, is one of the best paced games because of this. And it is absolutely incredible to watch and see. Now, how do we get from Legend of Zelda to there? Well, probably because of being special, and part of it's probably because I like the way games are designed, because they make us think outside the box. Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom looks like it's going to be that way, and it looks like it's going to be something that I can use with the kids in order to bring them think creatively outside the box and do different things. Right? You don't have to do the traditional hack and slash. I am enjoying Elden Ring. Excuse me. I'm enjoying Elden Ring because it's making me play the game by the way that the game was designed. Right? If I play first-person shooters, I play first-person shooters, and typically I play within this really wide tool set, right? If I want to be very good at Halo, I have to then go into the Halo tool set and the Halo rule set and play that way. If I want to be good at Helldivers, I play in their rule set. And if I want to play in Call of Duty, I don't want to play in Call of Duty because I don't like their rule set. But I thought it was really interesting with what Helldivers happened, right? So you had really good weapons and really good equipment, and then they would get nerfed. They'd get degraded. The rules would get tighter. The weapons would get weaker. The equipment would get weaker, right? That's not fun, because the players would go, "Oh, this is really fun to play with. This is how I can beat the robots, or this is how I can beat the insects, and this is fun for me to play. I'm enjoying this. I'm having fun." And then it felt like the developers would just come down and be like, "Fun, kill." Why, right? It's a game. It's supposed to be fun. Make it fun. And this happened week after week after week after week. And the CEO of Arrowhead goes, whoa, let me step down and be the creative director again, because why are we killing the fun in the game? The whole point is to keep the player base high so that's fun. right? Like, they are doing live service correctly by making the game fun and continuing to make it fun. And while they were killing it, they watched their player base shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink. And there's like the normal shrink of like, okay, the next big thing came out. And then there's like you're killing the player base shrink, and they were having more of the second. But then they go, why am I doing that? I don't want to kill the player base. I don't want to kill the fun. I want to make the fun more so that people want to come back and play the game, right? If you look at Destiny 2, people are going with sunk cost fallacy for their time, right? I've poured so much time into Destiny, so much time into Destiny 2 that I'm just going to continue playing Destiny because I find this one aspect of it still fun. Halo, like Halo 1, 2, and 3, I will play again. And I'll play them in Master Chief Collection. But when it comes down to like Halo Infinite, like I'm trying, man. Like certain aspects of it are fun, but like overall, it's a good first-person shooter. It's not a good Halo game. I hate to say it just isn't. But Helldivers is just a good game, right? Like don't take the fun out of it. Don't kill the fun because it's the meta, right? Don't try and make everybody use different weapon sets because there's one really good one at doing the job. Bring everything up so it's all fun. And why is this important? Why is Echoes of Wisdom important? Because if you can make everything fun, right? If you can figure out a way to make everything brought up to the level of what the meta is, right? Of what the best thing is, if you can bring everything up, then it makes life easier and more fun, and people can be adaptive in the solutions that they find and apply to what they're doing. That's parenting, right? Like, here, I'm presenting you a problem. Here's all the tool sets you have. Find one, let's see what you do, right? I'm just telling you get to the solution. I'm not telling you which tool to use. If it's a screw, you might want to use a screwdriver, but you also have a drill. Does it have the right drill bit? I mean, you could use a hammer, you'll get there, but you're going to cost yourself some extra energy, right? Like, there's things to it, right? Video games do that when they're made well. Video games don't do that when they're made by greedy corporate. Whatever. I'll talk about that a different day. Actually, I've already talked about that on Ritter Family Gaming. So you should go watch that video. All right, do good, play hard, game on, and I'll see you next time.